Moline, and here's a shocking development, everyone. Maroon uniforms with white numbers and trim. Quincy in their home white uniforms with royal blue numbers and trim. Very simple uniforms for both ball clubs.
Moline's always been pretty simple with their stuff. Even when Jerry Leggett was coaching up there when he left here, he kept it very simple and plain up there. He tried to go to the sleeves, but it didn't last very long.
Connor Mellon will jump it up with Tanner Logan, and Moline controls the opening tip. Hanley has it in backcourt and walks it across the timeline. Quincy employing a 1-2-2 zone. Hanley plays catch with Biscontine out front. Owens has it on the wing as well. Hanley to Owens, left wing. Back to Hanley up front, cross court to Biscontine. Cross court to Hanley, wide open three. Sean Hanley is short. Rebound belongs to no one right now. Barnell Thomas picks up the loose change along the baseline. So Blue Devils had the ball after the first shot of the game was missed. Here's Barnell Thomas in transition, rising from 14, off the back iron, no good. Alex Shute has the rebound, right back to Barnell Thomas. Left wing to Burry. Cross court pass to Alex Shute, right wing. Middle of the floor, Lincoln Elby. Shooting through the smoke here on this end of the floor. Burry catches, drives baseline, cut off by Owens. Burry peels back, and now middle of the floor to Elby, working against the 1-3-1 Moline defense. Catching out front is Elby, penetrates, high post to Barnell Thomas, steps out, kicks it to Shute along the baseline, and right back up top to Thomas. Dribble drive by Thomas, got stripped on the way, and it's taken away by Logan for Moline.
Both teams look like they're going to be very patient against that zone.
We played just over a minute of the game, only one shot attempted, that was by Moline, Sean Hanley. Here's Weiss, right wing to Hanley. Biscontine out front as well. They go mid-post to Owens. He shovels it to Logan. Up top to Hanley. Cross court to Biscontine. Right back to Hanley. They play catch along the volleyball line. Coach Schimmel yelling out instructions from the sideline. So Moline switches their offense. Owens has it left wing. Biscontine running the baseline now. Skip pass all the way across court to Hanley. Underneath they get to Logan. He goes up top to Owens. Left wing to Biscontine. 3 on the way from Biscontine. Off the rim, no good. Mellon, weak side rebound for Quincy. Elby in transition. Right side of the floor. Brings it to the middle, left wing to Burry. Burry, cross-court pass to Shute. Middle of the floor to Elby. Elby with some penetration. Peels it back to Burry. Thought about a three, doesn't pull the trigger. Dribbles to mid-floor, back to Elby. Baseline drive, Lincoln Elby. Gets it to Shute in the far corner. Now mid-post Mellon. Turns, takes it to paint, rises, shoots, misses. Rebound belongs to Weiss for Moline.
Very patient. You're going to see a low-scoring game, don't you think, at this rate? Probably in the low 30s, mid-30s.
Burry darn near picks off a pass, but Moline retains possession. Hanley with it right side. He lobs it up to Weiss, goes up over Thomas and puts it in. A little awkward, but Weiss got the basket to go.
Yeah, but they definitely like the inside game, but their first two shots were the three range. They're going to really rely on that outside-inside game, but that inside's not going to be there unless they hit one or two from that outside, and I think Quincy's daring them right now to shoot from out there.
Here's Elby, right wing to Shute. He'll fire a three, and he drains it.
There you go. That can open up so much for you right there by hitting that. You got your two best your outside shooters in Burry and Shute.
So Quincy 1 for 1 from three-point land, and they lead it 3-2 to the Blue Devils. Owens down the sideline to Biscontine. Double team in the corner, up the sideline to Owens, and then Burry deflects the pass out of bounds intended for Biscontine.
Very active defensively. And the rotation down below for the Blue Devils of covering their two big men has been excellent the first 3 times down court.
Owens will inbound right in front of the Quincy student body. Pitches it into backcourt to Hanley. Hanley will walk it across the timeline. Elby there to meet him in the zone defense. Hanley goes high post to Weiss. Turns, spaces, goes left wing to Biscontine. 3 from the far corner is good.
And that's 3 of their 4 shots have been from that long distance range. So both teams sort of looking to get that feel for each other with the inside-outside.
Lincoln Elby on some penetration. High post Barnell Thomas, 15-footer, banks in.
I think he called it.
Could tell from the minute that left his hand that it was going to be long, and it banked in from straight out. 5-5 our score, 4.5 minutes to go first quarter. Hanley right wing to Owens. Cross court to Hanley. Cross court to Owens along the volleyball line. Right back to Hanley left side, now to Biscontine far corner. Up the sideline to Hanley. Cross court to Owens. Right side of the offense, now to Logan. Back to Owens. Cross court to Hanley. Hanley takes a look, now backs up on the dribble to the volleyball line. Cross court to Owens, right side of the offense. Owens back to Hanley, left wing. Back to Owens' right side. Now right wing Biscontine over the top to Owens. Quickly left wing to Hanley. Dribble drive, cut off by Shute. Hanley backs up. Cross-court pass finds Biscontine. Biscontine dribble drive down the baseline, rises, and Burry blocks the shot out of bounds.
Yeah, he timed that. Zach Burry just timed that shot just absolutely perfect and blocked that.
Carson Gay, Mike Dade, and Parker Bland check in for Quincy. Zach Burry, Alex Shute, and Connor Mellon take a seat for the Blue Devils. Inbounds pass comes to Hanley, right back to Vice. Vice bodies up, throws it up off the glass, no good. Rebound tip, Vice gets it back. Turns, gets it out to Hanley, now to Owens. 3 on the way from Mitch Owens. Short, rebound tipped and controlled by Lincoln Elby for Quincy.
Strange shot, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Elby, middle of the floor in transition. Stops at the top of the key. Biscontine put him on the brakes. Right wing now to Carson Gay. Gay takes a look, goes high post Bland, gets it to Elby. 3 on the way, Lincoln Elby. Bingo.
That away, Lincoln.
Took his time, nice release, and it went down easy. 8-5, Quincy leads, 3:20 left to go first quarter. Hanley right wing to Biscontine, right back to Hanley. Hanley right side of the offense, skip pass, they go underneath the Vice. You can't handle the lob, out of bounds to Quincy.
Yeah, they're struggling a little bit with their inside, but that has a lot to do with defensively. We're active, our hands are moving, our feet are moving, and they just haven't been able to get it to the inside, that being Moline.
8-5, Quincy leads, Blue Devils with the ball. Dade with it left wing. High post, Barnell Thomas trying to get around Vice, pitches it to Carson Gay, who quickly gets it to Lincoln Elby out front. Shovel it to Barnell Thomas mid-post. Turns, faces on Vice. Dribble move, gets to Carson Gay. He forces up a 3 that's no good. Rebound tip, but controlled by Vice for Moline. Carson Gay forced up a 3 that time.
Yes, he did.
Hanley with it across the timeline in this 8-5 game. Quincy leading by 3. Here's Owens, right wing, gets it mid-post to Vice, quickly to Biscontine. Biscontine tries to drive, cut off, and what do? He dribbled on the baseline.
He's a smooth little operator. I like the way he plays, but boy, he dribbled himself right into trouble there.
He's a wisp of a young lad
Yes,
at 5'10". He has no body fat, and he has no weight to go with that body fat.
He's only a junior, right?
Right. Andrew Maffey checks in, a 5'10 junior. He replaces Mitch Owens. 8-5, Quincy leads. 2:35 left to go first quarter. Dade gets it to Gay. Now Bland in the mid-post. Fires up a shot, no good. Goes high, but can't get the rebound away from Vice. Burry checked in for Lincoln Elby, so Mike Dade running the point now for Quincy. Maffey goes to Hanley. Back to Maffey, right side of the offense along the volleyball line. Back to Hanley, left side. Now to Logan on the wing, back to Hanley. Hanley goes high post to Vice. Vice triple team, kicks it out to Hanley. Now here's a shot by Biscontine, partially blocked, but Vice is the only one that realized it, and his putback drops in after it hung on the rim.
Yeah, well, he didn't shoot it hard enough. That's the only reason it fell in. He doesn't work real hard in the middle to demand that ball, but he's got some long arms and some height to go with it.
Here's Gay on a drive, pitches it along the baseline to Burry. Burry on a dribble drive, rises for a 12-footer that's too strong, and Logan has the rebound for Moline. Gets it to Maffey. Maffey gets it in the hands of Hanley. Right back to Maffey, right side of the offense. 8-7 Quincy leads, 1:40 left to go first quarter. Hanley and Maffey play catch at the volleyball line. Hanley has it left side. High post to Vice, quickly to Biscontine. 3 on the way, Biscontine. Off the rim, no good. Long rebound will come to Hanley. 3 Blue Devils wait at the scorer's table. Vice catches high post, turns, finds Maffey. Maffey trying to get it to Biscontine. Instead, throws it away, and Burry has to steal. Good read by Zach Burry. Burry peels off the left wing. And the Blue Devils will set up their half-court offense. Skip pass finds Carson Gay, far corner. His dribble drive is cut off by Maffey. Now to Dade, cross-court to Burry. Burry right back to Dade, right side of the offense. Dade takes a look, goes right wing to Carson Gay. Now high post Connor Mellon. Turns, finds Zach Burry. Burry, nice pass underneath the Bland. Ball fake goes up strong and scores.
Nice job, Connor Bland.
Parker Bland.
Him too.
That's only the third first name we've given Mr. Bland this season.
I know his brother. He's the office worker for me. That's why I keep calling him Connor.
Here's a high post pass to Vice, right back to Hanley, and he traveled with it.
Yes, he did. Yeah, that last play by Zach Burry was just, Coach Taylor has talked about that several times throughout the year. He's one of the smarter players, and he just read that whole play and knew that that pass was going to go across court and stepped right into it. So
took a page out of Alex Schute's book.
Yes, he did.
10-7 Quincy leads, 43 seconds left first quarter. Elby checks back in the game along with Alex Shute. It's the original starting lineup for Quincy. Elby crosses the timeline right-hand dribble. Looks like Quincy's going to hold for the final shot of the quarter, and Quincy will have the first possession of the second quarter if it's played cleanly here in the final 30 seconds. 10-7 Quincy leads. Burry, skip pass to Shute, far sideline. Now Elby middle of the floor. Now over to Burry, left side of the offense, nobody near him. He didn't need to make that pass, but he did to Shute. Now Burry has it left wing, nobody near Burry. He keeps throwing it cross court to Alex Shute. Now 10 seconds on the clock, Burry. Left wing gets it to Elby. Right wing to Shute. They're going to run a lob for Burry. He can't make the catch. The ball gets knocked off a leg. It's loose. It's still loose. And a jump ball with 0.7 seconds left. So Quincy will have possession the final 0.7 seconds of this quarter, and then Moline will get it to start the second quarter.
Almost been better off just letting that go.
Yep.
so you could have a good possession starting that second quarter.
Quincy ball, far sideline, shoot will inbound. Gets it into Thomas, rises from 17, off the back iron, no good.
Nice look.
After the first quarter, it's Quincy 10, Moline 7, back in 1 minute here on 103.9 The Fox.
What's a podiatrist? A foot doctor. A foot doctor? I didn't know there was such a thing. There is. 25 years ago, I started out with a business plan and a dream. I went to 3 area banks. First Bankers Trust said it was great, and they asked me if I wanted more money than what I was asking for. But that was the start of my relationship with First Bankers Trust. My dreams have come true.
First Bankers Trust, your bank of dreams.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table.
This is Financial Services Representative Michael Libman with MetLife in Quincy. I still make house calls. I'll confidentially ask you questions to help you make decisions about your life insurance, IRAs, long-term care insurance, investing, and estate planning. Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
MetLife offers financial services and life insurance. Call Michael Libman. He makes house calls.
It's Galesburg leading Rock Island 16-12, and United Township leading Rock Island Alleman 14-9.
And that's the rest of the story. Blue Devils in a 1-3-1 trap there.
Maffey penetrated, kicks it to Biscontino, gets it to Hanley at the top of the key.
1-2-2.
Hanley dribbles near the midcourt stripe, waiting for a guard to come help him. It's Maffey. Maffey catches left wing, further down the sideline to Biscontine, back to Maffey, cross-court pass to Hanley, right side of the offense. They try and go high post, it's knocked away, but finds Biscontine, who fires a 3 and drains it.
He loves to shoot that.
Biscontine has 6, Vice has 4. Those are the 2 scorers for Moline. Burry on a dribble drive along the baseline. Makes a weak pass and is picked off by Biscontine. Behind the back dribble by Biscontine, goes up strong and scores with a left hand.
Not the start you want to come out, but still a 2-point game.
Moline leading 12-10. Burry had a good idea in mind. He just made a bad pass, and it was picked off by Biscontine. Right wing, Shoot launches a 3 and drains nothing but net. Shoot 2 for 2 from the field. 6 points for Quincy, and Blue Devils take the lead 13-12. Hanley will walk it across the timeline to Maffey on right wing. Thinks about it. Now goes high post to Vice. He swings it left wing to Hanley. Middle of the floor to Biscontine. Right back to Hanley. High post to Maffey. To Hanley, left open for a 3, fires and hits.
Oh, a 3-point shooting contest broke out here.
And Moline leading now 15-13. LB traveled with it.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, that was great defense by Biscontine right there. He knew that Lincoln was going to make that pass and just sort of stepped right in that way, and Lincoln took that extra step by mistake, and unfortunately he traveled.
15-13, Moline leads, 90 seconds into the second quarter. Maffey left alone.
Wow.
Wide open 3, short. Long rebound, tipped to Alex Shoot, who hands it off to Lincoln Elby for the Blue Devils in transition. Elby middle of the floor, right wing to Shoot. High post Barnell Thomas, 14-footer, bingo.
He looks good doing that shot. He's had 3 shots in that same general area as far as inside the paint, and I think that's his best shooting position as far as getting the ball and receiving it and getting his shot off.
Vice between the circles, right wing to Hanley in this 15-15 game. Maffey catches between the circles now. Wanted to go right, instead comes left and gets it to Vice, free throw line extended. Middle of the floor to Biscontine. Biscontine starts right, now peels back left, gets it to Vice. Now to Hanley, middle of the floor, high post to Maffey. Turns, tries to deal, gets to Biscontine, left wing to Hanley. Skip pass, diagonal to Maffey. He goes underneath the Vice, who turns, finds Hanley open on the left wing, fires and misses the 3. Barnell Thomas has the rebound for Quincy. To Elby in transition, almost double dribbled, thinking about a pass, goes right wing to Shoot. 3 for Alex Shoot is too strong. Weak side rebound, Maffey for Moline. He shovels it to Biscontine, and his coach yells at him to pay attention to what you're doing.
Yeah, well, I think they're missing some big shots on the inside. They're passing up some little 8-footers to pass up for a 3-point shot.
Yeah, Vice didn't even look at the basket when he caught it at the mid-post that time. Hanley gets it to Maffey between the circles. 15-15 our score. Here's Hanley. Back to Maffey between the circles. Left wing Hanley, free throw line extended. Hanley. Middle of the floor to Maffey, right wing to Biscontine. To Maffey, started left, goes left to Hanley. Now along the baseline, Logan. Little dump pass to Vice. Fadeaway jumper no good. Rebound taken down by Lincoln Elby in traffic.
That's one of their better looks on the inside. They ran a well offense, but defensively the Blue Devils were there to match it.
Shoot with it right wing. Middle of the floor, Lincoln Elby. High post, Barnell Thomas. Turnaround jumper from 14, short. Mellon and Logan battle for the rebound, and Logan takes it away from Moline. Tied at 15, 4:33 left to go first half. Hanley, left wing to Maffey. To Hanley, middle of the floor, back to Maffey, left wing. One dribble, back to Hanley, middle of the floor, right wing, now to Biscantine. Back to Hanley, back to Maffey. Back to Hanley, high post Vice. Back to Hanley, left wing Maffey. Fires a three, too strong. High rebound is tipped and controlled by Vice. Spins in the paint, throws it up, missed it. Rebound, knocked out of bounds, and they say off Moline.
Yeah, I saw nothing but white shirts right there.
I saw the same. Owens in, Logan out for Moline. Bland, Carson Gay, and Mike Dade in for Quincy. 15-15 our score, 4:11 left to go in this first half. Here's Elby across the timeline. To Dade. Back to Elby, middle of the floor, right back, Mike Dade, left wing. Thought about a three, gets it to Lincoln Elby. Right wing to Carson Gay. Along the baseline, Parker Bland. He pitches it up top to Lincoln Elby. Ball fake, penetrate, right wing pass to Gay. Along the baseline, Bland. Nice pass to Barnell Thomas for the big jumper to score.
Boy, that was just excellent. Excellent. That couldn't have been executed any better than what they've done all year. That offensive series right there.
17-15, Quincy leads. 3:38 left to go, second quarter. Hanley, bounce pass to Owens. Owens, back to Hanley, right side of the offense to Owens, left wing to Maffey, now to Biscantine. Pass deflected, but it still finds Maffey, middle of the floor to Owens, right wing to Hanley. Hanley, high post to Vice, 14-footer is wide left, rebound at Parker Bland for Quincy. Bland turns and gets it to Lincoln Elby. Elby, middle of the floor on the dribble, gets it left wing to Dade. Mike Dade, couple of dribbles, keeps it alive, now pitches it to Lincoln Elby, farther in the corner to Gay. Gay up the sideline to Lincoln Elby. High post Parker Bland. Weak side Mike Dade. Wide open three Mike Dade. Off the rim no good. Baseline rebound for Sean Hanley.
Like it offensively though. Their passing and their movement and their positioning has been spectacular here.
Hanley goes high post to Vice. Turns. He's left wide open. Instead pitches it left wing to Maffey to Owens. Back to Maffey. Cross court pass to Hanley. Right side of the offense. Hanley to Maffey. To Hanley. Biscantine goes behind on the option play almost. Hanley backs up his dribble, wanted to go cross court, instead down the sideline to Owens. Mid post to Vice. Vice turns, finds Hanley wide open. Dribble drive by Hanley, his runner in the lane, rattles in and out. Owens with the putback for Moline.
Yeah, he's right there, right in the perfect spot to just grab that ball and tip it right back in.
Owens' first basket of the game, ties it at 17, 2:20 left to go first half. Elby with it right wing. Launches a three, that's going to be too strong.
Yes.
Short as well, but the long rebound comes right back to Lincoln Elby. Elby gets it to Mike Dade, bounce pass to Barnell Thomas. 15-footer good. Boy, you talk about catching a pass and just going into your shooting motion. That was like pregame drills for Barnell Thomas there. 8 points for Thomas, 6 in the quarter. Quincy leads 19-17. Hanley, left wing to Maffey. Hanley, middle of the floor, back to Maffey, left wing. Along the baseline, Owens, back to Maffey, middle of the floor, now to Hanley. Now to Maffey. Another three put up by Maffey. This one too strong. Weak side baseline rebound. Dade had it, got it away from Biscantine and takes off in transition. Bounce pass to Thomas, attacks the basket, goes up strong, missed it too strong. And Gay has the rebound for Quincy. Baseline jumper Carson Gay, rattles out. Rebound Vice, takes it away from Bland.
Good looks. Just got to have him fall right now.
Hanley with the dribble for Moline across the timeline. Quincy leads at 19-17. 80 seconds left, first half. Vice catches middle of the floor, left wing to Hanley. Hanley took a look, now dribbles out. Gets to Owens along the baseline, Maffey high post. Lost it on the dribble and is picked up by Elby. Elby in transition for Quincy. Goes left to Dade. Goes up strong and got fouled by Biscantine.
Yeah, just on the hips. I mean, as far as blocking a shot, it was a perfect block, but your hip went right into him as well.
Matt, that's the first foul of the game.
Oh, wow.
It took 14 minutes and 53 seconds, and we have a foul.
Impressive, yes. A good game as far as offense and defense and positioning as far as what the players are doing.
Mike Dade at the line for Quincy.
Would never have guessed that. If you said close your eyes and tell me how many fouls, I probably would have guessed like 3 or 4.
Free throw good by Mike Dade. 20-17, Quincy leads. 1:07 left to go in the second quarter. Logan back in for Moline. He replaces Owens. And another sub is R.J. Trice, 6-foot senior. Second free throw by Dade is good. Dade 2 for 2 from the line. He's now 6 of 8 for the year. Quincy leads it 21-17. Hanley will stroll to the midcourt stripe.
No
Now
hurry,
picks up
is
his
he?
pace a little bit. Fans to the right sideline. Sean Hanley with it. Wanted to make a pass, thought better of it, kept the dribble alive, now gets it to Trice, over the top to Hanley, left wing to Biscantine. Ball fake, keeps it. Back to Hanley, back to Biscantine. Quick three for Biscantine. Rims out. Mellon has to rebound for Quincy. Outlet to Elby, 40 seconds left, first half. Quincy leads 21-17. Looks like the Blue Devils will try and hold for the final shot of the half.
They in possession?
I believe possession belongs to Quincy. We had that jump ball situation with 7/10 of a second in the first quarter. Elby with it near the jump circle. 21 seconds left, first half. Quincy leads 21-17. Burry doing his taxes, waiting for a defender to come to him. Now Elby takes over with ball on hip. 10 seconds left. Elby goes right wing to shoot. Back to Elby, center of the floor with 8 seconds. Elby, diagonal pass, finds shoot. 3 on the way, Alex shoot. Bingo!
Long shot.
Ooh, that was on line by Biscantine, and it was only about 3 feet short from three-quarter court. But Alex Shute hits his third three of the half. 9 points for Shute, and Quincy has a touchdown lead after 2 quarters. It's 24-17, Quincy over Moline. Back in 2 minutes, Blue Devil basketball, 103.9 the Fox.
A funeral service is more than an end to life. It's a remembrance, a time to commemorate all that person meant to us.
My dad meant so much to us. It was hard to know where to begin.
Our caring staff will help you make it a fitting farewell, with sensitivity, compassion, and respect. Hanson Spear Funeral Home, celebrating a life well lived.
Design, build, and transport products for the future right here at John Wood Community College. John Wood provides the training you need to get the good paying job you want. Employers are looking for highly skilled technical workers in manufacturing, electrical, construction, computer-aided design, truck driver training. Getting started is easier than you think. Call John Wood today or go online at jwcc.edu. John Wood Community College. It's your college for your life.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table.
This is Financial Services Representative Michael Libman with MetLife in Quincy. I still make house calls. I'll confidentially ask you questions to help you make decisions about your life insurance, IRAs, long-term care insurance, investing, and estate planning. Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
MetLife offers financial services and life insurance. Call Michael Libman. He makes house calls.
At the half. Tim Kindred with Matt Longo. Paul Erickson, our producer, as per usual. And entertaining ball game.
Yes. I like what both teams are trying to do. I love what we're doing defensively. And we haven't talked so much about that as we have as shots not falling for us and missing it. So I think defensively tonight, we're very active. Our hands are up. We're rotating right. They're not utilizing. We're not letting Moline utilize the inside game as much as they would like, and when Moline does get it, they're not even really looking at the basket. They're kicking it out further away from the basket than they're receiving it. So the game plan and the practice plan this week to prepare for Moline obviously was to protect that inside and make them shoot from the outside. Right now it's paying off.
Well, I think every team that plays Moline realizes we got to do something to stop Brandon Weiss underneath. But the other thing I like, the way the Blue Devils are playing defense tonight, Matt, is they've recognized, okay, if 12 gets the ball in the wing, don't worry about him so much.
Right.
Let him have that shot. And Andrew Mappy, I think that's his first name. It is. Andrew Mappy, he's taken at least 3, if not 4 shots from that wing. And the closest he came to making one was the first one, and he wasn't very close on that.
And that was probably the game plan from the scouting report is go ahead, let him shoot.
Right.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
We'll take our chances, and if he beats us, he beats us. But let's don't let someone else beat us that has the capability of making those shots. Let's make sure we get out guard that and protect the inside. And, Coach Taylor and the staff has done a great job getting them ready for this.
And I will agree with you. There have been 2 or 3 possessions in the first half for Quincy where the ball moved from side to side, up and down, without any dribbling, and it led to wide open conversions, really, for Quincy.
Right, and in the past, I'm not being mean. I would never be. But in the past, some of those games, we would react when we got the pass to get to that spot.
Right.
Now, when the ball's being moved, we're getting to that spot and receiving that ball in a shooting position. And there's a difference in that. And I think that is what leads to baskets that we've gotten.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, to paraphrase you, the players are playing more on instinct than catching and going, okay, I pass here and I move here. They're just going here in the last couple of games.
And those people that follow basketball or understand sports, they understand what we're saying. And that has led to the possessions that we can sit there and say, that was nice. That's what people come to see when they want to come to a basketball game is the offense to click like that. In this first half, they really did some very, very nice things that they're capable of doing, but they haven't done it on a consistent basis, or they may do it once, but we won't see it again. And tonight it's been a lot better here in the first 18 minutes.
16.
That too.
8 and 8.
Yeah. Yeah. What was it?
I love watching Matt Longo have conversations with people as they walk by.
No, I'm not
Especially
running
doctors.
from there. He's a good one to have in your back. No pun intended.
Dr. Joe Kuhlman, correct?
Yes.
Well, he's an anesthesiologist.
Yes, and that's where he puts it in, is in your back. So he's a good one to have in your back. He's
here all week, folks, trying the deal. But anyway, 24-17, Quincy leads at the half. Lincoln Elby with a 3, 8 points for Barnell Thomas, a basket from Parker Bland, 3 threes for Alex Shute, and Mike Day with 2 free throws for Quincy's total of 24. Meanwhile, Tyler Biskentine with 8 points, a 3 from Sean Hanley, a basket from Mitch Owens, and 4 from Brandon Weiss for Moline's total of 17. 10-7 Quincy at the end of 1, 24-17 Quincy leads at the half.
And of all the things you just said there, Weiss with only 4. That's to me that's a key to keep him away from the boards. I mean, there was one time offensively he was out past the 3. If we keep him away from the basket, go on.
Well, when he caught that pass between the circles, I almost said during the flow of the game, what is he doing out there?
What's he doing out there? Use that size and use what you have. And I'm sure Coach Taylor would love to see him out there the rest of the night, but I got a feeling that it'll be a little bit different.
I would think if you're Moline, you're going to try and establish Weiss underneath and tell Brandon Weiss to be a little more confident when he gets the ball at the high post and has room to operate. And if you're Quincy, keep doing what you're doing. You had, and we've said it, I don't know how many times this year, you had a good 16 minutes. Do it for 16 more.
Yeah, Weiss needs to demand the ball.
Right.
Get me the ball. I'm the biggest guy on the court. I'll turn and I'll look, and if I can't, then I'll look at something. But he's not even looking at the basket, and that might be because there's always a hand or somebody always there on him, and maybe he's already forgotten about this first half, and now the coach said, you've got to attack. If we're going to have some success here, we got to go against what the Blue Devils are doing against us, and they're stopping you, and that's why they've got the lead. For us to win, you have to do that, and the Blue Devils are saying, let's keep doing what we're doing, and do it for 16 more minutes.
I would say Moline probably has a slight rebounding advantage in the game tonight.
Yeah.
But overall, I agree with what you're saying. Quincy's defensive effort has been really good, and it seems like the players have been, they've worked quite a bit on Moline's offense this week. Zach Burry read a play and had a steal. I think they're doing a good job of reading and reacting to what Moline's trying to do on both ends of the floor, really. When Quincy's patient and they work the ball around the floor, they've gotten open looks. And they just need to continue to do that. And first 3 minutes of the second half are going to be really important for both teams here.
If I were in this gym for the first time tonight, I would not think that Quincy was a 6-8 basketball team. I wouldn't think that with the way that we played that we would have more losses than wins, because we've done that good defensively, which has led to the offensive stability, the consistency that we had that first half.
We'll take a 2-minute break, come back with the second half. Quincy leading Moline 24-17, Blue Devil basketball on 103.9 to Fox.
What's a podiatrist? A foot doctor. A foot doctor I didn't know there was such a thing. There is. 25 years ago, I started out with a business plan and a dream. I went to 3 area banks. First Bankers Trust said it was great, and they asked me if I wanted more money than what I was asking for. But that was the start of my relationship with First Bankers Trust. My dreams have come true.
First Bankers Trust, your bank of dreams.
As a parent, I would recommend John Wood. There's a big misconception that you don't get the college experience until you actually go away to a school. Both of my daughters have thrived at John Wood. John Wood instructors and staff take a real serious interest. All of her classes transferred, no problem. John Wood gave both my kids a great start, a no-brainer for us. My name is Doug Porter, and I'm the proud father of 2 daughters who attended John Wood Community College. It's your college for your life.
Design, build, and transport products for the future right here at John Wood Community College. John Wood provides the training you need to get the good paying job you want. Employers are looking for highly skilled technical workers in manufacturing, electrical, construction, computer-aided design, truck driver training. Getting started is easier than you think. Call John Wood today or go online at jwcc.edu. John Wood Community College. It's your college for your life.
As a parent, I would recommend John Wood. There's a
Fox. 24-17, Quincy leads Moline. Rock Island leads Galesburg 35-34 at the half. UT leads Rock Island Alleman 25-17 at the half. Grant Gibson has 26 of Galesburg's 34 points.
That's a night right there.
Alex Shute with it right wing. Gets it to Connor Mellon underneath the Burley, and he gets the lock to fall in.
And that was one of the things that Coach Taylor said in his pregame is to try to get some back doors, some cuts on them, and we'll come right out here in the second half, and that's the first play.
High-low action. Mellon hits Burry for the layup. Quincy has their biggest lead of the game at 26-17. Hanley, cross-court to Biscantine. Ball fake to no one, cross-court to Hanley. Right wing to Owens. Back to Hanley. Looks like the 10 starters who started the game are in there right now. Hanley, cross-court to Biscantine. Again with a ball fake, lobs it up to Vice, turns, finds Hanley. Hanley on a dribble drive, gets all the way to the hoop. Left-hand layup is an air ball. Logan with the putback, reverse layup.
He would call it a pass. You call it an air ball.
That was an air ball. 26-19, Quincy leads by 7. Elby left wing to Burry, and Quincy has taken Moline out of their zone. They're playing man-to-man here. Thomas with it right wing, gets to Elby on the right wing, free throw line extended, middle of the floor to Mellon, now to Shute left side of the offense. Shute dribbles around the defender, gets it to Lincoln Elby, right side of the offense. Elby takes a look, starts one way, comes back the other with a pass to Barnell Thomas. Thomas with a couple of ball fakes, stops short of the volleyball line, gets to Elby, who gets bumped by Biscantine, our second foul of the night. And they both belong to Tyler Biscantine, the hacker.
It was interesting what type of defense they were manned, but as soon as the pass was made, they were trapping the first pass almost. Let's try to figure that out.
Here's Elby across the timeline, met by Hanley. Mellon's going to set a ball screen. Now he backs off. They go left wing to Elby, or to Burry, excuse me. He gets a screen from Mellon, goes opposite. Drive, and he got pushed on the drive with a forearm, the trailing official says.
And I'm not quite sure the shot would have even counted if it went in, but it ended up being blocked.
Mitch Owens called for the foul, his first. All 3 fouls in the game belong to Moline. 6:34 left to go, third quarter, 26-19, Quincy leads. Shute gets an inbound to Thomas. Turns, finds Lincoln Elby, up top Burry. Diagonal pass to Shute, up the sideline to Elby, still on the left side of the offense. Now Elby brings it to the middle of the floor to reset Quincy's half-court offense against the Moline zone here on the inbounds. Diagonal pass finds Burry far corner, up top to Lincoln Elby. Right back to Zach Burry. Ball fake, skip pass across court to Alex Shute, now to Lincoln Elby, right wing Burry, sets his feet, fires a 3, too strong. Air ball, and it's a rebound for Mitch Owens along the baseline. He gets it to Hanley, he lobs diagonal pass, caught by Logan, and he just barely stepped on the baseline.
Just barely stepped on that. He did, but just barely.
I think his fourth and fifth toes hit the baseline, but the rest of his shoe was in play there. So Quincy has the ball, still leading 26-19. We played just over 2 minutes of the third quarter. Burry has it right wing. Double team, goes over to top to Barnell Thomas, quickly to Mellon, left side. Elby claps for the ball, far corner. Elby comes up the sideline, guarded by Hanley. Elby on a dribble drive, turns, gets it to Barnell Thomas. Thomas dribbles off his knee, but recovers. Tried to go backdoor to Mellon, and Vice picked off the pass, outlet the Biscayne. Biscayne behind his back, Elby goes for the steal, doesn't get it. Vice catches high post, diagonal pass Owens, 3 on the way from the corner is good.
Of course, just not one of your prettiest shots that come out of your hand, but it went in.
26-22, Quincy leads by 4. Mellon with a turnaround jumper, short over Vice, and Vice has the defensive board. 26-22, Quincy leads. Moline with the ball, 5:12 left to go, third quarter. Hanley pitches it to Owens. Owens left wing. Mid-post to Vice, turns, almost had it stripped, and almost had it stolen from behind, gets it to Biscayne in the corner, 3 is good.
Back-to-back threes.
So Brandon Vice did everything but turn it over, then gets an assist for a 10-foot pass to Biscayne, who drains the 3. Biscayne with 11 points.
Can't complain about the defense. Our hands were moving.
Right.
We just did the ball went into the wrong hands.
Elby travels, shoots off the glass, and scores.
Yes, he did travel, but counted for 2.
28-25, Quincy leads by 3, 4:36 left to go, third quarter. Here's Hanley, pitches it to Biscayne, right back to Hanley. The right side of the offense, tries to go to Vice, pass deflected to Owens, cross court to Hanley. Burry gets a hand on another pass. Hanley backs it up to the volleyball line, cross court to Biscayne, right back to Hanley, right side of the offense, right wing to Logan, right back to Hanley, cross court to Biscayne. Biscayne diagonal pass along the baseline to Logan. Up top to Hanley, quickly to Biscayne. Quick 3 from Biscayne. Off the iron, no good. Long rebound, chased down by Zach Burry. Burry will shovel it to Lincoln Elby, middle of the floor. Left wing pass to Barnell Thomas. Dribble drive, Barnell Thomas. Rises, shoots, won't go down. Hanley has the rebound for Moline.
Back and forth.
Like the idea from Barnell Thomas,
Yes.
but again, he kind of fumbled it on the way up, and that destroyed his rhythm. Owens into the corner to Biscayne. Double teamed, he pitches over the top to Owens. Owens left wing to Hanley, high post Vice. Vice takes it to the hoop, puts it up, and it won't go down, and a foul on Quincy is their first of the game with 3:43 left to go, third quarter.
And the first time that Vice is taking the ball to the basket when he got it in there. I don't know what's more surprising, us getting a foul this late and being the first one of the game, or him waiting that long to attack the basket with the height that he has.
And Brandon Vice misses the first free throw. He's a 73% free throw shooter. That play's been there all night for Brandon Vice.
Yes, it has.
Turn it to high post and take it to the hoop.
Every time that he's got it, he's just turning and passed it out farther away from the basket. He attacked the basket, and look where he's at. He's shooting a free throw.
Second free throw is good by Vice. He has 5 points in the game, and R.J. Trice checks in. 28-26, Quincy leads, 3:43 left to go in the third quarter. And full court pressure from Moline.
I figured they'd probably try to come out something. Got Parker Bland wide open. Get her down there.
Mike Dade will pitch it down to Parker Bland. Catches, goes up strong, missed it. And then tipped the rebound away from Mellon, and Trice comes away with the board. And Hanley was laying on the floor in all kinds of traffic, and I think amazingly didn't get stepped on.
Well, he hurt his rear end.
28-26, Quincy leads by 2. Biscayne pitches it to Vice, quickly to Logan. Back up top to Biscayne. Ball fake, can't shake Dade. Now cross-court pass to Hanley at the volleyball line. Hanley started, now backs up as Coach Schimmel calls out a new set. Catching left wing is Trice. Middle of the floor to Vice. Right wing to Hanley. Poked away by Dade, Hanley recovers. Hanley takes it to the midcourt stripe, cross-court to Biscayne, back to Hanley. They play catch along the volleyball stripe, Hanley right side. Calls out a new set, dictated by Coach Schimmel. They're going to go 5 high here. Trice catches, free throw line extended right wing, middle of the floor Hanley, left wing Biscayne. Back to Hanley, back to Trice right wing, back to Hanley middle of the floor. Back to Biscayne, ball fake, goes up with a 3, off the rim no good. Dade has the baseline rebound for Quincy. Good look for Moline, wouldn't go down. Here's shoot, back to Elby. Underneath Mellon, catches, starts one way, turns, jump hook over Vice, no good. And Vice gets the rebound and a second foul on Connor Mellon over the back.
Yeah, I'd like to work on the inside, but how many times can we say at least 2 or 3 times a game you miss a shot and you get a little frustrated and you end up giving a foul so many feet away from the basket. Just a silly foul.
Yeah.
I like to look at the basket, I just don't like the foul after that.
28-26, Quincy leads, 2:16 left to go, third quarter. Hanley started one way, now peels right. To Trice, back to Hanley. Hanley at the volleyball line, right side of the offense to Trice, now to Hanley. And now they're going to go 2-1-2 almost with a half-court offense against this zone. Hanley right wing, gets it to Trice, back to Hanley, cross-court to Biscantine. Ball fake, whips it underneath the vice on a no-look pass, takes it to the hoop, puts it in. Split two defenders and had an open look.
Yes, she did.
And ties the game at 28. This is Brandon Vice. He has 7 points. Here's Mellon working on Vice, puts it up, no good. Rebound fought for, and Logan comes away with a loose ball. Mellon's had 3 looks in the paint, and he can't get anything to fall. They're flat shots, but he's getting looks. Tied at 28. Moline has the ball, 90 seconds left, third quarter. Biscantine right side of the offense this possession. To Hanley left side. Diagonal pass to Logan along the baseline. Logan took a look, goes up the sideline to Biscantine. Cross court to Hanley. Hanley looking over the defense. Right wing to Biscantine as they play catch at the volleyball line. Hanley left side. Bounce pass to Trice, floats a pass back to Hanley. Right wing to Biscantine, further on the wing to Logan. Skip pass up top to Hanley. Between the circles, Hanley talks about a 3, shoots the 3, drinks the 3.
He thought about it, then he stepped up and said, you know what the heck, I'm going to go ahead and shoot that.
So Moline takes a 3-point lead here, 31-28. Burry catches left wing underneath the Mellon. Mellon turns, and a little finger rolls, no good at the back iron, and Vice has the rebound. And I think Moline's saying, thank you very much for getting the ball to Connor Mellon and making him shoot over Vice. Vice turns at the high post, left all alone, fires a 15-footer, drains it.
Just like that, a 3 and a 2, and you're down 5.
Here's Burry on a baseline drive, pitches it to Elby. 3 for Lincoln Elby, drains it.
Lincoln.
Elby with 8 points. And that stops the Moline run. Maroons lead at 33-31 with 16 seconds left, third quarter. Hanley across the timeline to Biscantine, poked out of bounds by Dade.
Biscantine's looking at his arm like you're allowed to hit that hard, and then he winks at his coach.
Mellon out, Barnell Thomas in. Shoot in, Mike Dade out. No, Lincoln Elby's going to get a late rest here. 33-31, Moline leads. Just under 14 seconds to play in the third quarter. Trice catches in backcourt. He floats a pass to Hanley. High post Vice, turns and finds Trice. Trice will dribble inside the arc all the way to the hoop, puts it up over Bland, missed it. Barnell Thomas has the rebound. To Dade from half court. Nice Dade off the top of the glass. And that'll do it for the third quarter. 33-31, Moline leads by 2 after 3 quarters. Back for the fourth quarter in 1 minute on 103.9 The Fox.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table.
This is Financial Services Representative Michael Libman with MetLife in Quincy. I still make house calls. I'll confidentially ask you questions to help you make decisions about your life insurance, IRAs, long-term care insurance, investing, and estate planning. Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
MetLife offers financial services and life insurance. Call Michael Libman. He makes house calls.
What's a podiatrist? A foot doctor. A foot doctor? I didn't know there was such a thing. There is. 25 years ago, I started out with a business plan and a dream. I went to 3 area banks. First Bankers Trust said it was great, and they asked me if I wanted more money than what I was asking for. But that was the start of my relationship with First Bankers Trust. My dreams have come true.
First Bankers Trust, your bank of dreams.
Our producer, as per usual. And you kind of witnessed there in the third quarter what Moline wants to do all game long.
Yes.
Inside out.
Yep.
Vice got rolling in that quarter, scored 5 of his 9 points. And Moline hit 3 threes in the quarter to outscore Quincy 16-7. Hanley with it between the circles. Left wing to Biscantine. Now to Hanley. Elby's still not in the game, so Dade, who's used to lining up on the wing, forgot he had to be at the point, but he's there now working on Hanley. Hanley gets it to Owens. They exchange positions. Right wing to Biscantine to Owens. Left wing now to Hanley. Hanley with it on the blue double logo. Floats the pass to Owens right wing. He quickly throws it to Biscantine, and he has it stolen away by Burry from behind off the head of Thomas out of bounds.
Well, they wanted to get the ball up court, but you really shouldn't be in that big of a hurry. You just got a turnover. You're down 2. let's work that ball, take that time up there, and I don't think Barnell Thomas was really expecting that pass to come, and it went right off of him out of bounds.
So Burry gets to steal, but then throws it out of bounds. So in exchange of turnovers, Moline has the ball. 7:10 left to go in the game. 33-31 Moline leads. Hanley catches in front of Dade. Right wing to Owens. To Hanley. To Owens. Right wing. Back to Hanley. Cross court along the volleyball line to Biscontine. He dribbles towards the middle. Logan and Bice, the other two Maroons out there for Moline. Here's Hanley. Thought about a pass to Logan. Thought better of it. To Biscontine. High post Bice. Turns, finds Logan. Back to Biscontine. 3 in the way for Biscontine. Too long. Rebound. Burry and Bice are tied up. Alternate possession belongs to Quincy.
Yeah, well, they're calling for over the back, but when they both grabbed the ball was up and above, and they went down. There was enough time to call that jump ball. Before we get into this play, Coach Dinkeller, the girls coach and my assistant, just texted, said the Soup Supper was a huge success. I don't have the numbers right now, but I will share those with you tomorrow night when we get them.
Goody. The financial report on the soccer program coming up tomorrow night.
That's important. Stay tuned.
Elby to shoot, right wing. To Elby, middle of the floor, left wing to Burry. 33-31, Moline leads. Quincy with the ball. Shoot with it right wing, high post Barnell Thomas. To Elby. Elby will back up, and Quincy will run a new set. Elby goes opposite the ball screen. All the way to the hoop, pitches it to Bland.
Yeah, love it.
Bland with 4 points, and that was kind of a phantom foul. A slight touch underneath.
Yeah, it's to the head. He said it to the head from behind.
Tanner Logan called for the foul, his first. 3rd foul for Moline. We had so few fouls in the first half, I'm not used to.
And the free throw was good while you're writing that down there.
Parker Bland with a 3-point play gives Quincy a 34-33 lead. Here's Hanley, just now crosses the timeline, high post device, turns, faces, goes back to Hanley, left wing. And Hanley will back it up to the midcourt stripe, left wing to Owens. Back to Hanley, middle of the floor, right wing Biscontine. Middle of the floor to Hanley. Hanley, bounce pass to Owens. Along the baseline, Logan, back to Owens. Mid post to Bice, now to Hanley. Dribble drive by Hanley. His runner is up short. Bland had to rebound on a foul on Hanley from behind.
You got to call that. I mean, he didn't even come close to hitting the ball, just smacked his hand. It would have been our ball. I mean, because it went off himself, but you had to call the foul.
Hanley's first, team's 4th. Quincy has 2 fouls in the game. Moline has 6. And we're 5:40 left to go in the game, folks. Elby gets a screen at high post. Bland now catches the pass. Takes a look, takes another look, back to Elby. Elby between the circles, left wing Burry. Burry on a dribble drive, all the way down Broadway. His runner is short. Rebound, Bland takes it away. And then his pass is deflected right to Coach Taylor, out of bounds to Quincy.
That's the way to attack that basket and get the rebound.
And the cat-like reflexes of Sean Taylor.
Yes, they came right to him, and he didn't even flinch. He just put his hand down and grabbed it.
Holding his piece of paper, he still caught it.
Going to Sheridan in the morning, does that.
Burry catches right wing, drives baseline, whips a pass to Burry. 3 on the way, Zach Burry, Drano.
How many times has the ball hit the net? Twice. The pass whipped that net all the way to Burry down that baseline, and he rips it right back with a 3-point shot.
All 6 points in the quarter belong to Quincy. Blue Devils lead it 37-33. 5 minutes left in the game. Biscontine tries to answer with a 3, short, and Burry has the rebound for Quincy. I think Thomas got a fingertip on that shot attempt by Biscontine. Elby bounce pass to Burry. Right wing, back to Elby, center of the floor, to Burry right wing. Back to Elby. And now Elby will back it up and set up the half-court offense. Quincy leading 37-33. Shooting Thomas wide open left wing. Shoot says, I'm going to fire a 3, and I'm going to drain one.
You better get a timeout, Coach.
Coach Schimmel?
Timeout.
40-33. Quincy on a 9-point run to start the 4th quarter. We'll see if it's a full or a 30, and it is a full timeout. We'll take a 1-minute break. Blue Devils lead at 40-33 on 103.9 The Fox.
A funeral service is more than an end to life. It's a remembrance, a time to commemorate all that person meant to us.
My dad meant so much to us. It was hard to know where to begin.
Our caring staff will help you make it a fitting farewell with sensitivity, compassion, and respect. Hanson Spear Funeral Home, celebrating a life well lived.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table.
This is Financial Services Representative Michael Libman with MetLife in Quincy. I still make house calls. I'll confidentially ask you questions to help you make decisions about your life insurance, IRAs, long-term care insurance, investing, and estate planning. Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
MetLife offers financial services and life insurance. Call Michael Libman. He makes house calls.
6:36. Yikes. Here's Vice, 30 feet from the basket, and he's upset because his teammates won't move. Now Hanley takes it middle of the floor, and Moline calls out a set. You just called timeout, boys. You got to run a better set than this.
He should have had one coming out of it.
Here's Vice at the volleyball line. To Logan. To Biscontine, right wing. Almost throws it away. Hanley has to get a hand on it to keep it in the half-court offense. Now he's waving Biscontine out front. Biscontine catches, back to Hanley. Now on the wing to Maffey, who's checked back in. Diagonal pass underneath Logan. Catches, power dribble, scores.
First time that pass has gone for him this whole night.
Logan with 4 points. It's a 40-35 Quincy lead. 3:42 left to go in the contest. Thomas comes out to help Elby. Catches, exchanges a high post pass with Bland. Now right wing to Shoot. Shoot wanted to go back to Elby, thought better of it, and dribbles back towards midcourt. And Thomas says, let me post this guy up, but Blue Devils go into a different set. Elby catches left wing, gets it to Burry. Burry double teamed over the top to Elby. Elby right wing to Shoot. Ball fake, penetrate, pitches it Thomas. 12-footer on the way, rolls in.
Just love when he's in that area. I think he does a great job. And that's his shot. There's no doubt in my mind that's his shot, Barnell Thomas.
And he floated that over Vice's hands. And it had enough touch on it to drop in. 42-35 Quincy leads, 3 minutes to go in the game. Hanley right wing to Biscontine. They play catch on the volleyball line. Now here's Maffey with it left wing, back to Hanley, cross court to Biscontine at the volleyball line. Left wing Hanley to Maffey, ball fake penetrate, gets stopped at the baseline, double teamed at the baseline. Nice little back pass, and Vice missed it and got fouled. That's twice tonight. Vice has had shots go up for a chance at a three-point play, and they've spun off the rim.
Well, maybe that's why he doesn't shoot, because you can't make those down there. That's a gimme right there. Those are the ones that we were missing earlier in the year.
And a heck of a pass by Maffey. Vice at the line, he's 1 for 2. He's 1 for 3, I should say. Shooting it way too quick. Mellon and Dade in for Quincy. Bland and Thomas check out. 2:49 left to go in the game. Vice at the line for the second of a two-shot foul. Quincy leading 42-35. How about Rocky, 21-2?
Yeah, that's a run. Rocky's got the capability of doing that, though.
Vice makes the second free throw. He's 2 for 4 from the night, has 10 points in the game. Quincy leads 42-36. Owens in, and Trice in as well. Looks like Moline's going to their full court pressure defense with Vice still on the floor as well. Here's Dade catching on the sideline. Double team, gets it to Elby. Elby tries to get away from two defenders, gets pushed, gets fouled, no call, shoot.
Timeout.
Timeout Quincy.
Yeah.
30-second timeout. Good pressure by Moline, but it helps when you can push as well.
Yeah, that was definitely a push. What are they going to call?
30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here.
I mean, Coach Taylor saw something. You got Lincoln got caught in the trap, and we talked about this a couple times earlier. Sometimes we have a tendency to run away from the ball, and they came out in that trap, and we had guys with their backs to the ball, and Coach Taylor saw that and called the timeout. But in the meantime, Lincoln really didn't make one of his stronger passes either. And I mean, it still came to us, but he can make stronger passes than that.
Lincoln Elby can make stronger passes, but he was off balance because he got pushed. And I'm not saying they should have called a foul, but when it affects the play that much, you wonder, considering some of these little brushes that have been called for fouls, even though we haven't had many fouls, only 7 here in the second half, and we only had 1 or 2 in the first half, none of them on Quincy. Quincy has 3 fouls in the game, folks. Shoot gets it inbounded into backcourt to Elby. Quincy leading 42-36. Elby working on Hanley, gets it to Dade. Dade along the sideline, throws it right to Brandon Vice.
Right to him.
Had Elby at the high post and threw it too wide. Here's Biscontine, gets it to Owens. High post Vice, bulls his way to the basket, scores and is fouled by Mellon.
Boy, that basketball's just a game of changes, isn't it? Games of momentum, and right now Moline's got a little bit of momentum on their side. Even though they're down, they've got some momentum going.
Mellon's 3rd personal, 4th team foul on Quincy. Vice now has 12 points. And that was an aggressive move to the basket by the big man. Vice's free throw is good. 3 out of 5 from the line tonight. 13 points in the game for Vice. He has 13. Biscantine has 11. And Quincy leads 42-39. Elby stops just across the timeline, gets it to Shoot, who gets it to Elby, who finds Elby middle of the floor. He got it to Burry, who got it to Elby. Now Moline really trying to get the ball out of Lincoln Elby's hands. Mellon catches, almost threw it away. Nice catch by Burry. Left wing to Shoot. Hands off to Elby, who will be trying to avoid a double team. Trice double teams Elby and pushes him. Good call.
Yes, it was. There's no reason to get mad, Coach. That's, you may not saw, but the hand ended up pushing Lincoln. That's why he fell back and fell to the ground.
They had an aggressive double team and didn't need to push like that, but they did.
They had it right what they wanted. They trapped the ball right where they wanted it, and unfortunately made a silly mistake pushing.
They called that foul on Hanley, not on Trice. That's Hanley's second. Elby catches, gets it to Burry across the timeline, whips it past to Thomas. Nice ball fake, the free and set for the layup.
Cornell's been our best player last 3 games.
Thomas with 12 points in the game. 44-39, Quincy leads by 5 with 100 seconds left. Here's Biscantine to Hanley, right wing. Now to Trice. Made a ball fake on no one. Catches on the wing, now to Hanley. Floats it past to Vice. Vice turns, double team, kicks it out to Hanley. Hanley dribble drive to the hoop. His runner is no good. Vice with the offensive rebound. He and Mellon tie it up.
Moline ball.
Moline ball with 1:22 left to go in the game.
They got a lot of timeouts to burn here too, don't they?
Each team has 4. Translation, we could be here a while.
Yes.
Here's Hanley to Trice. 3 on the way is short. Rebound off a Moline hand, and Burry Shoot did a great job to box out Trice along the baseline. Let that ball go out of bounds to Quincy.
Not that sure that's the kid I want shooting the ball for
I
me.
agree with you. Elby catches on the inbounds pass. Tries to spin out of a double team, and that's a nickel dimer on Trice.
Trice, bad shot down here for Moline.
Yes.
I could say that because I can. And then
it's kind of tough to take back at this point. I have it on tape.
And then a silly foul. But I'm not quite sure. I've seen worse happen.
Next Moline foul will put Quincy in the 1 in bonus. Quincy still has 2 fouls to give Elby. Throws it away, though.
Can't have that. Got to take your time. That 10 seconds is so long. Sometimes you end up fighting yourself on those turnovers because that was probably only about 5, maybe 6 at the most. You still have 4 more seconds to get that ball up court.
44-39, Quincy leads. 1 minute to play in the game. Here's Trice out front, gets it to Owens. To Trice, he's going to step into another 3, short again. Weak side rebound comes to Biscantine. He'll fire a corner 3 and drain it.
It won't stop him.
14 points for Biscantine, cuts it to a 2-point Quincy lead with 52 seconds left. 44-42, a full timeout. We'll take a 1-minute break. Quincy leads 44-42 on 103.9 The Fox.
In the past, everyone came to you and you did business at your own kitchen table.
This is Financial Services Representative Michael Libman with MetLife in Quincy. I still make house calls. I'll confidentially ask you questions to help you make decisions about your life insurance, IRAs, long-term care insurance, investing, and estate planning. Call me and I'll come sit with you at your kitchen table.
MetLife offers financial services and life insurance. Call Michael Libman. He makes house calls.
A funeral service is more than an end to life. It's a remembrance, a time to commemorate all that person meant to us.
My dad meant so much to us. It was hard to know where to begin.
Our caring staff will help you make it a fitting farewell with sensitivity, compassion, and respect. Hanson Spear Funeral Home, celebrating a life well lived.
.7 seconds left in the game. Quincy leads Moline 44-42. Jim and Matt with you on a conference Friday evening. Burry takes the ball from the official. Looking for a receiver. Not much movement from Quincy, but Burry's going to go deep. He's got Shoot open. Shoot catches left hand layup is good. Perfect play. Nice pattern by Alex Shoot. Has 14 points in the game. Here's Hanley between the circles. Quincy leads 46-42. Trice left his feet and threw it away. Shoot.
Who are they going to call that on? Oh, man.
Shoot had a deflected pass.
Yes, he did.
And they're going to call the foul on Shoot because once he deflected it, he ran into Hanley and knocked Hanley flying, and they say Shoot fouled him. It's a loose ball situation, is it not?
Boy.
Yeah, let's start complaining about the officials who have called 5 fouls on Quincy for the game.
Because we can. Timeout.
We'll keep it right here.
What's he going to call? Full coach?
Wow, interesting, Matt. Moline has called 3 timeouts. Quincy's called 1. But all 3 of Moline timeouts have been the full timeouts, so they only have 2 timeouts left, and they're both 30s. With 37 seconds left in the game, Quincy leading 46-42.
Short one?
Yeah. Now, if Moline can somehow get turnovers and you know, stop the clock, they only have 30 seconds to set up strategy rather than a full minute. That's interesting to me. Maybe I'm the only one, I don't know. Quincy has 4 timeouts left, 1:30 and 3 fulls. It'll be Moline ball on the sideline right by the scorer's table.
Well, Moline's going to have to get a quick bucket and a timeout. And then save that last timeout, which is, like you said, 2:30s, and try to set something up if they can pull that, get it within 2 and get a turnover. I don't know. I agree. Why wouldn't you just take a short one here? Boys, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do this play. We're going to try to get a bucket.
Considering you just had the ball.
Right. That's so easy up here, isn't it? They should listen to us more often. They should put headsets on the coaches. 37.
Boy, there's an idea.
37 seconds they started this.
Hanley with the ball on the wing and almost throws it away, but Biscayne catches it, but gets it back to Hanley. Top of the key 3 is good. They know what they're doing, Matt. Hanley with 9 points on 3 threes. It's a 1-point Quincy lead, 46-45. Burry dribbles out of trouble, but gets it to Albee. Back pass to Burry, timeout Quincy. As Quincy, sideline anyway, was concerned about a 10-second call, and it's a full timeout by Coach Taylor. I will say this, Moline got a shot they liked, but they didn't exactly run that play crisply.
No, they didn't, but they ended up getting it. Now we're asking where the ball is going to be. It's going to be right in front of Bob Goff where he announces. So you're down 1. What do you do?
Quincy's at 46-45. Quincy has 3 timeouts left. Moline has 2.
Go for a quick steal. If not, you better get a foul because you can't afford to have too much time run off that clock.
And with Quincy leading by 1, as you mentioned, go for the steal if you don't get it fouled. If Quincy makes both free throws, you're only down 3. And Moline's made enough threes tonight that they shouldn't be uncomfortable in that scenario. And you force Quincy to step to the line and make a 1 and bonus here with under 20 seconds to play in the game.
And just like that, people, listen to us.
Quincy's, they got to relax.
Yeah. Yep.
They're trying to rush their way to the end of this game.
Right. That clock's going to run per second. It's not going to run any faster for you. And we sort of rushed a couple of offensive sets here. And
well, it just seems like the guards for Quincy are so uncomfortable. They're trying to get rid of the ball.
Now we'll see what happens here. Moline group has been quiet in front of us, haven't they?
For the most part.
Yes.
Quincy ball at the announce table. We're
going to get this in easy.
Defensive side of midcourt. Albee catches in backcourt, and Hanley immediately hits him twice, and the foul called. So Lincoln Albee, one of Quincy's better free throw shooters, will step to the line. 14 seconds left. 46-45 Quincy leads. Lincoln Albee on the season is 20 of 27. And if you don't have your calculator handy, that's 74%. And considering Quincy's shooting 62% as a team, keep your fingers crossed.
Alex, you got directions from Coach Taylor there. He's relaying it to everyone.
Albee at the line. Bends, fires, missed it. And Logan has to rebound for Moline.
What do you do? Timeout?
Timeout Moline. 30-second timeout with 9.6 seconds left, and it's a 1-point lead for Quincy. 46-45. So Quincy's going to have to win this game on the defensive end, Matt.
And that's what we've preached all night. Our defense has been excellent all night. So if there's the one stop that you need to do, and you need to step up, and you need to rotate, and you need to talk, this is the one opportunity that you're going to have to do it. I got a feeling Moline's going to attack the basket. I don't think they're going to end up taking an outside shot. They're going to.
I think they're going to get it to the high post device, and they're going to try and find one of the wings open for a 3. And I have a feeling Biscayne team's going to be the one that shoots.
Well, we have done well all night, and I have not said that just to be saying it. We have rotated. We have done everything that you work on in practice to get to a game situation, and now the whole week of practice is going to boil down to not an offensive set for you, but a defensive set and how you're going to do it.
Rice will impound, gets it into Hanley, and Albee fouls him. Quincy has another foul to give here.
Right. Right, and you got no timeout, so you as a coach, you can't adjust to that.
One timeout left. So
Moline
now,
does?
yeah. So Moline, Quincy has 16 fouls, so the next foul will put Moline at the line. 7.8 seconds left, so 1.8 seconds went off the clock when LB was called for the foul. Hanley will inbound this time. Timeout Moline. They burned their final timeout. But again, it's only a 30.
Right.
So they've had two end-of-game situations here where they only have 30 seconds to talk about things.
Here's what I'm thinking. Quincy's going to foul you. No, this next foul is a one-on-one, right?
Right.
Oh, so they're not going to foul you. I was thinking that they had one more foul to give, and I was going to say they're going to try to get it in underneath with a like a catch and a shoot or something down here to try to get a shot at the basket. That's what I'm thinking, but I thought that we were going to foul, but with that one foul, Quincy can't foul.
Right.
I mean you can foul, but I don't think so.
Coach Taylor asking about the timeout situation. Quincy has 3. Moline is done. Quincy does not pressure Vice, who will inbound at the announce table. Gets it into Hanley. Quickly to the right wing, Hanley. At the volleyball line. He gets an high post to Vice, gets around, lost it, and Shoot picks up the loose ball, and he has it, and the clock expires. Coach Schiller gets a hack on Vice on the dribble move, but none coming, and Quincy escapes with a 46-45 victory. Well, you were more right than I was, but
yeah,
I like my play better than the play they ran. Let's put it that way.
Interesting.
Quincy wins it 46-45. Brown. Great. Quincy gets the victory, that's great. But Quincy's got to play a lot more relaxed at the end of games when they had the lead, especially at home.
And we'll see what Coach Taylor talks about that and says about that. But again, defense won it tonight. I wouldn't say it was our offense. Even though our offense was better than it's been for most of the year, I thought our defense stepped up tonight and performed.
Quincy wins it 46-45. Back in 2 minutes with the postgame show. Blue Devil basketball, 103.9 to Fox.